Hello, welcome back to another Tabletop Talk. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for the well wishes on the new employment. It's going very well. Enjoy it very much and kind of getting into a set pattern to where I can kind of get back to some gaming. I thought I'd take a few minutes to talk about the Negro League sets I bought. I've been fascinated with the Negro Leagues for quite a while, and so I like to pick up some things when I can that contain the Negro Leagues. I know there's some challenges involved in trying to recreate those seasons because of some lack of stats and some inconsistency with teams and things like that. But again, I enjoy getting what is there. So what I have here is the Stratomatic Diamond Gems. I've got the A, and then I picked up the B as well. So I've never purchased any diamond gems of Diamond of Stratomatic before. As a rule, I prefer seasons, so I'm not real big on collecting teams. And as far as cards go, there are no Stratomatic Negro League seasons. They do have them on the computer, and I have a few of those. But as those of you who follow the channel at all know, I prefer cards in hand. So I did pick these up and am enjoying them so far. I think the books they put together are very good. Again, because I don't have any diamond gems, I'm not familiar with this format, so I assume they do this with just the regular Major League diamond gems. But it gives you a little synopsis of the teams, their rosters, lineups, and it also has the ballpark, which is really cool. So between both sets, there's a very good variety of good quality Negro League teams. I'm hoping that eventually they will create a season. I do have the 1923 Negro National League from Replay, which I'll show here in a minute. That's probably my favorite set that involves the Negro Leagues. So as far as Stratomatic goes, I also have I think it's the Hall of Fame of the all-time greats, and really haven't figured out much of a use for those. They're based on career stats, so it's like everybody is super good. And so I love the cards, but just really haven't figured out a good use for those. Seems to me like when you have those all-star teams that it kind of skews it. In order for you to be an all-star, seems to me like you've got to play some scrubs as well if you're playing all-stars all the time. I don't know. I just again, that's part of the reason why I prefer seasons. But again, as far as cards go, that's not an option with Stratomatic and Negro Leagues. But I like these very well. I currently am playing a game between the 1922 Indianapolis ABCs and the 1920 Detroit Stars. The ABCs have one of my favorite players, and I'll show you that. And he had a really good year this year, and that is none other than Oscar Charleston. So I read his biography, which was very good, and so he is probably my favorite Negro League player. Super center fielder in the 1922. He was just coming into his prime. And I know I don't believe these are the actual seasons for that, or the stats for that year. I think they kind of prorate them so that you can use these against other major league teams. So, like, for example, they've got him at 523 at bats. So I don't think they played that many games that year. But again, there's challenges when you're trying to recreate the Negro Leagues because of some of the inconsistencies and things like that were just unfortunately part of the deal with that league. in those teams. But anyway, and they also got Ben Taylor. So those two guys, 375, 3 home runs, 79 RBIs for Ben Taylor. His brother was the manager of this team, and Oscar Charleston actually was from Indianapolis, and this is where he started. And like most of the star Negro League players, he jumped from team to team, whoever could pay him the most. And again, that's the nature of the Negro Leagues. But he hit 373, 33 doubles, 22 triples, 22 home runs, 105 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. So again, just a number one center fielder. I think he had a -2 arm. Yeah. So again, he's probably one of my favorites. So I was enjoying that game I was playing between the ABCs and the 1920 Detroit Stars. Not sure how I'll do these sets. I probably would just monkey around and play different teams. But again, you can see I did my cards. Unfortunately, got a little bit of ink. But still, finding Negro League logos is more challenging than you might think. But I was able to, probably not the exact logo they had for that year, but if I could find a logo for the team at all, I was pleased. But they got, again, between both sets, got a really good cross set of teams. Probably the one of the all-time great Negro League teams is the 1936 Pittsburgh Crawfords. And again, if you play two of these teams together, there's a good chance that you'll like Josh Gibson. He's probably on both of these teams. So that's a little, when you're playing these teams together, it's, you're playing a 36 Josh Gibson against a 1943 Josh Gibson. I know Satchel Paige is on different teams, but again, it gets you an opportunity to play some real teams as opposed to just the all-stars where they've got their career stats on the card. So, but anyway, I'm enjoying this very much so far and looking forward to play some games. And again, probably not going to do anything season-wise, but, just play some teams against other teams just to get to quote-unquote watch these guys play. Some great players in these sets. So, very fun. Like I mentioned, the replay has the 1923. To my knowledge, this is, I think Pine Tar might have some Negro League seasons. I'm not for sure. Pine Tar is one game that I haven't got into, and I also haven't got into ATBA. I know they've got some Negro League sets. I don't know for sure if they have actual seasons or not. But of the games that I have, which is Stratomatic, Replay, Payoff Pitch, and History Maker, I believe this is the only one of those games that has an actual season. So they have every team, every player. This is the rare playbook, but they've got a pretty impressive yearbook for this that goes over the teams and everything. And then here you have the 1923 Birmingham Black Barons. So I think there was a couple teams in this set that disbanded, but if you wanted to play as close as you can get to a complete season of a Negro League, this is the only one I have, except, again, for Stratomatic's computer versions. And I believe those are prorated for like 154 game year as well. I have quite a few of the Stratomatic Negro League seasons. I have the 1920, for example, and the stats match up, but like when I'm trying to do the computer with the cards aren't the same. So again, the stats are the same as on the card, but where all the different hits and outs and things, they don't match up on the card, which I don't know why. Seems like, if they're based off the same stats, they could, like they do in their regular seasons, the major leagues, the cards on the computer match the cards that you can buy, and that's not the case, at least with the 1920 Detroit Stars. So I assume the other Negro League teams in this set don't match the computer either. But still, if I wanted to do, and I had all these Negro League seasons, I could do like put a season, a season together, and at least keep the stats that way if I wanted to do that. But again, disappointed that the cards didn't actually match that, because then that way I could just put in the role and it would do the computing like I do, like for my 1920 Chicago White Sox replay. But I can still enter them in manually, if that makes any sense. So anyway, really like these two sets. Excited to get them, and like I said, play some games with them. I'll probably, now that I'm kind of getting set into kind of a pattern with my work and life again, starting the job, I probably will post a game or two of me playing this, because again, I love these Negro League teams. They're a lot of fun, and so I will probably do that sooner than later. So appreciate everybody's, again, kind words and comments about the getting the job, and again, it's working out great. Very thankful for it, and I will keep you posted on my Negro League. It's entirely possible I'll jump in and do this, because again, this is a season that you can actually replay. Got all the teams, all the cards, and the Negro National League started in 1920, so this was 23. So again, this is a really impressive set that Replay put out. I know watching baseball demos is his new project. I'm kind of getting hankering for some Stratomatic, so I've been playing that a little bit. I've played a couple of my 1920 Chicago White Sox replay on the side, and like I said, I've played a few games with these, just to, getting to know the cards and deciding what I want to do. One thing about playing cross seasons, like the stats from 1916 are a lot like Major League, where you got a lot of pitching, not much power, a lot of average. And then when you get into the 30s and the 40s, you got a lot more home runs, a lot more runs overall. And so I always feel like it's kind of an odd matchup doing a 1916 team to a 1943 team. So again, that's typically why I prefer seasons, but sometimes you have to make do with what you have available. So anyway, I appreciate it very much. Hopefully I will get a game of this up, and I appreciate it very much, and I will see you next time.